Hey, Jaden Fox here, and I want to take you on a little journey today of how can you clear other occupants that you have in your body with you that you no longer choose to have in there. So it's a weird thing, and whether you've been exploring with being transgendered, in other words, you've got like a masculine and a feminine, and you're trying to wrestle with the two of those, or whether you just feel like you have multiple energies in your body that have been there a long time, it's pretty much the same process for clearing or getting rid of these energies. And so let me kind of give you some background about how I perceive this to be. It's like, so there are people on the planet who have a physical body, and the body is designed in such a way that it can hold one spirit, or religion would call it a soul. I'm going to use the word spirit. It can have one spirit in there. And so there are, that's what we would call normal. There are also people on this planet who I would call gifted, or uh, they have a wider range of capacities, um, that have the ability to have multiple spirits in the body. So you have one physical container. If you think about it as a container, like literally a container that you can put one spirit in, you can put two spirits, you can put three spirits, you can put four, you could put hundreds of spirits in there if you want. It's not going to function very well, but you can do that. Like you, there are some people on this planet who have the capacity to have multiple spirits in there. And my perception is that a lot of the people who are exploring with transgenderism are having this, are actually experiencing having different genders in the body. So you've got your core gender, your core spirit, you have that the body's gender, you've got your essence spirit, you the primary occupant of the body, and then you've got another occupant who's been there for a long time, but that one has a different gender than you and the body does. And that creates a complication. Actually, having any other spirits in your body other than you creates a complication. But to have gender dysphoria, to have the weird thing like, what do I do with, am I a man or am I a woman? And the body doesn't match, that it can often be having another essence, another spirit in the body that's a different gender that is a strong presence. So if you're a masculine body and a masculine being, your main spirit, and then you have an occupant that joined you later that's a strong feminine energy, and you allow that feminine energy up front and in control, that feminine energy will want to change your biological expression. It will demand it, depending on how strong that is. If it's less strong, then it'll be more like a, well, okay, we got to make do with what we've got thing. And it could even be equal. Like, well, yeah, it's okay. We'll express the feminine, but we'll keep the masculine gender, and like we'll be okay with that. Or it can be even further to the back where the feminine is less strong and the masculine is more strong. The same thing in reverse. You could have a feminine body, feminine main essence, main occupant, and then a visiting, or a not visiting, a long-term secondary occupant that's a masculine gender. And if that's a strong presence, that can come up front and demand that the body be different. If it's less strong of a presence, then it's less of an issue, but it's still an issue because it's never comfortable for the body to have multiple genders in there. Though the body can completely do that, it's just confusing and complex and complicated. And yeah, it's just a thing that occurs here. So how do you change that? How do you make that different? Well, first of all is recognizing that you can. Second is going back to it. It feels like this being was stuck in your body. It feels now to you like this being was stuck in your body and it's trapped there. It feels trapped, and you probably feel like it's trapped in you as well. And you feel like it's trapped, it's impossible to change, and it's hopeless, it'll never change. You probably have those things running there, which in my lexicon are those are indicators of there are agreements that are binding you to having these things there that you don't want there, and that probably don't want to be there anymore either, but they're stuck there now. So the choice originally came when you're really, 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 really young. There was actually a choice, and often this reality manipulates things in such a way where you don't recognize it as a choice. They often come in as helpers or protectors or defenders. It's like you're in a struggle, you're in a complicated thing when you're young, and it's like this world is too big for you, and this being comes along that feels very helpful, and it says, well, I can help you, little girl, or I can help you, little boy, and I'll be your friend, and I'll stay with you, and I will help protect you, and I will help defend you from things in this world, and I'll help make your life a better life. And all you have to do is you have to invite me in. And you're like, I can do that. That sounds like a good deal. And you agree to allow this other being in. And at first it starts out kind of a little awkward, but okay. And then it continues being awkward, and it continues getting deeper and more complicated. And the ramifications of the decision that you made way long time ago when you were really young and you didn't understand don't manifest until many years in the future, when it's probably too complicated to actually change it without having an awareness of the complete original situation and then undoing all the different steps that you did along the way. Which, typical of the Matrix reality, it hides that. Like you can't remember that. You, like, as I'm talking about it, you may have kind of a vague clue of some of the things that I'm talking about. But so what happened is you invited this being in, and it promised you it would do certain things for you. And you, in turn, promised you would do certain things for it. So those are the agreements that bound it together. And then there were also things at that time there was a certain benefit or value that was perceived, like it could be helpful, this person could protect me, and this person's wiser than me, and this person's smarter, and this person's stronger, and like they could help me out, and they could be my friend, and I'll never be lonely again. Like there's all these different things that could be perceived as benefits or value to having this other energy in with you. Like, how cool would it be to never be alone? Sounds pretty cool until you've been there for a while, and then it's like, oh, I just want to be alone. So that's the not benefit or value. So there's two sides of all of this. There's what was the benefit or value at that time, and that's usually what you're focused on, and that's what creates the agreement originally. And then over time, you start to find, oh, wait a minute, this is not everything I expected it to be. This is not as good as I thought it would be. And you start to find the challenges in it. And then when you become older and you start to go to school and you start to get picked on because you have this other being in your body, and they seem like they can see it or they recognize it, and they kind of harass you about it because you're different, because you're not like everybody else, and they pick on you because you're different, then it doesn't seem like such a benefit or value. But by that time, it's already kind of wired in, or hardwired it seems, and you can't change it. But you can. But you have to be aware of all of these patterns in order to change it, the agreements that set it in place. So untangling it is really a process of becoming aware over time. And it may need you to listen to this video multiple times. or it may need to have you dig into some of my other videos that go deeper into this topic and clear other things. So depending on how you have, what you have already tried and undone in order to clear it, will determine how easy or hard it is to get these other energies out of your body. And all of it is a mind fuck, and all of it is confusing, and there's different voices and different things, and you're not sure what's true and you're not sure what's real. The bottom line is there's a natural you, and it's typically, I don't want to say carte blanche always, but it's typically the real you is the same as the gender you were born at. The same as your biological body. There are some rare exceptions, but they're rare. For most people, and I'd have you explore with this way first, assume that your biological gender is the same as your primary occupant, the spirit of you, the soul, the essence of you. But there's also the essence or spirit or soul of a different gender in you as well. And as long as they're in the same body, in the same package, in the same container, your body has to express or feels compelled to express all of those energies. And that's where the confusion comes in, and that's where the complication comes in, because your body can pick one or the other, but it's not sure how to do both. And it is possible to do both, but it's confusing and complex, and gender, it's complicated, and I'm not going to go into that in this video. This video is for those who, it's not about making it work. This video is about eliminating the other one that's there that you have the ability to let go of. So once you become aware, okay, there's another one, and let's assume for the moment that it's not the same gender as the physical body that you're in. So if you've got a physical male body, it's a female gender. So you want to look for, there's two ways we'll look. So truth, I'm going to ask this question, and I know things get blurry. Let's say, so what is all the blurry stuff that's up here? And I'm going to call out some words, and it's going to bring up some energies. It's going to make it more blurry. I'm going to ask you to take all this blurry, and we're going to put it in the pile. We're going to imagine an invisible pile in front of us, or a pile in front of us, and we're going to put it out from us. So it's not in your space. It's out from you. I'm going to ask you to put it at a distance from you, to separate from it, to choose to separate from all of this. Think of it just as information that's not harmonious with you. So all of this blurry stuff, can we grab all of that? Just pretend you can grab it, because you can, and just put it out in front of you in a pile, maybe 10 feet, 15 feet, somewhere in a pile in front of you, and in a pile, and tell your body out loud, body, let that go. Not you, not yours. Let it go. Never was yours, never was yours, never was yours. Okay? And encapsulate that. Pretend there's like a glass container keeping it there, so it can't sneak back to you. It has to stay there. Okay? So it's frozen there. And so I'm going to bring up the rest of the energies. These are all energies that prevent you from being aware of what's going on. So what is all the unconsciousness, anti-consciousness, energy fog, disinformation, cloaking, Wernicke's commands, booby traps, and all the covert, unseen, unacknowledged, undisclosed energies and frequencies that are here, and all the unknowable, unspeakable, unseeable, untouchable, undetectable energies that are here. And you might just notice things are blurry. Just grab all that blurry and put it in the pile, put it under that container, under that glass container, or in that pile. And we're going to now grab all the energies that are remaining, all the energies from down below you. Just kind of scoop down below, including down below the floor, and put those in the pile under the glass container. And everything from back behind you that feels heavy or blurry in the pile. Everything up above you that feels heavy or blurry. There's a lot in the pile. Everything from the left side of you in the pile. Everything from the right side of you in the pile. Everything from inside of you that feels blurry or fuzzy in the pile, in the pile, in the pile. And tell your body out loud, body, let that go, not you, not yours. That never was yours, never was yours. Let that go, let that go, let that go. And as you do that, you should feel it get like your body gets lighter, like there's more space, less blurry. Your body's actually letting go of its component of those. And then we're going to take everything in that pile and we're going to do, I'm calling it destroying and uncreating it. We're going to take it and we're going to shrink it. And then we're going to shrink it again, and then we're going to shrink it again. So we're just using our imagination. We're going to use the power of our imagination. And I like using my hands too, but like imagine that big pile there. And now shrink that, imagine that pile gets shrunk in half. We're going to intend for that pile to shrink in half. And shrink in half again, and 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 in half again, half again, and half again. And eventually it gets so small, half again, half again, half again, half again, that it ceases to exist. Half again, poof, gone. Okay? That's how we're going to clear stuff. We're going to put it in a pile. We're going to shrink it and shrink it and shrink it and shrink it until we shrink it so small, it's gone. Disappears. Not is so small we can't see it. Is gone. Ceases to exist. That small. So, I'm going to ask you a question, and we're just going to feel which feels lighter and which feels heavier. So we're just kind of getting a sense of, like, if I say, truth, are you human or are you a broccoli? Like the vegetable, like the plant, broccoli. So how much are you human and how much are you a broccoli? Now, one of them feels like heavy and or contracted. Like if you think of yourself as a broccoli, you're like, no. If you think of yourself as a human, whether you like the word human or not, or think of yourself as a person, you're just a person. That's like lighter. It's more like, yeah, that's true. Like, yeah, whether I like the word or not, yeah, I'm human. But I'm not broccoli. Okay? So allow yourself to feel the difference in your body between how much are you, I'll use person. How much are you a person? How much are you a broccoli? Okay? And notice the difference of how you feel with a person and how you feel with a broccoli. For me, broccoli feels heavy and dense and compacted, and person feels more expansive and spacious and lighter. That's truth. Things that are true feel light. Things that are a lie or not appropriate for you feel heavy and dense and compacted, like constricted. In order to be a broccoli, you'd have to make yourself really small, and it'd be very uncomfortable. That's like not your truth. That's kind of how you know not true. So everything that's confusing or blurry, everything that's weird about this, let's just put that in the pile. Set it in the pile and encapsulate it in glass. Just it's in a container. Okay. So we're going to ask you a question now. So truth, how many occupants are in the body, the physical body that you're in? Do you have, and this is where we're going to see which is later. Do you have one occupant? Or do you have more than one occupant? And feel how it feels to have one occupant? It won't make sense. Don't try to make sense of it yet. Just feel which is lighter. Do you have more, or you have one occupant? Or you have more than one occupant? Okay? And if you have one occupant, you probably don't have, that generally means it's just you. You're alone. If you have more than one occupant, then it means you have others. So let me describe what occupant is. So occupants are, you can have entities who are in your body who are like visitors. They're transient. They don't have an agreement to stay there. They're like a temporary house guest. Okay, if you think of your body as a house, and it's like a house guest who came to visit for a day or 2 days or 5 days, and then they're gone. and you know they're going to go on, and the agreement is they're here temporarily and then they're gone. Okay, they're transient. They're not occupants. They don't live in the house. An occupant is somebody who rents space in the house or is like a partner, like a spouse or a partner in your house that you live with, or a person that you rent another room to. That's another occupant. They live there. There's a contractual agreement to be in that house. Think of a house like your body. You can't just tell that the visitor who neandered in, or your relative who neandered in, at some point you can and need to say out, and they know they don't belong there, and they leave. The partner or spouse or person who's, say, paying rent to be in your space, there's an agreement. You can't just say out. Well, you can, but like they can go, no, I have a contract here. I paid you to be here. Or no, I am your husband, or I am your wife, or I am your partner. We have a contractual agreement to be here. You cannot kick me out. And that is the same parallel to having another spirit occupant in your body. It's exactly like that. It's not that you can't kick them out. It's that it's complicated because there's agreements that bind them into your living situation. In this case, your body. So if you had a renter, you would have to give them a 30-day notice or whatever your contract has. And then you'd have to give them their deposit back. And then there's a process that you'd have to do in order to have them leave your space. If you had a husband or wife and you wanted them to leave your space, there's a process that has to do. There's a contractual thing. There's a marriage agreement. There's potentially a religious thing that you'd have to clear. There's the contractual agreements you have financially or business-wise, or it's like all of those things are tangles and agreements that keep you together in partnership and allow them to be in your house. Okay? But first you have to own that as your house. Like, how much is your body, and how much is this physical body? Do you think of it as someone or something else's body? Whoa, okay. Well, to the degree that you think of it as someone or something else's body, you don't have a choice in the matter. So what I want to tell you is that it's a mind fuck, but if you don't know if you have, or if it feels blurry that you have, choose that you do. I have 100% rights to this body, and everything else is out. That point of view allows you to remove these other energies. If you don't feel like you have a choice, you can't kick them out. So the first step is you have to acknowledge that you own this body. So say out loud, this is my body. I own this body. This is my body. I own this body. You feel that? Feels good to one of you, and the other one's doesn't feel so good. Well, the one that feels good to you is you. That's you, because you own the body. The being who came into the body and has a contractual agreement with the body proper is the one who owns and is responsible for the body. It's like the mortgage on the house, the body of the house. It's like if you own the house, if your name is on the mortgage, it's your house. I don't care, husband, wife, out. You could do that contractually, that it's your house. If their name is on the mortgage, it's more complicated. In terms of another occupant in your body, another spirit in your body, they can't have an agreement with the house, with the body. They can only have an agreement with you, who owns the body. The body has to deal with them being in the house, if you let them in the house. But They don't have an agreement with the body. Only you have an agreement with the body. That's where you have choice and they don't. So you want to stand in the point of view, no matter what the thoughts are in there. I own this body. This is my body. You can't kick you out. You can only kick things that you don't have an agreement out. Okay? So that's what we're going to do. We're going to kick out things that don't have an agreement. So if you had, I asked you how many occupants, let's clear a little bit first. So what is everything that's upper active, that's blurry, that makes this complicated, that makes this confusing? And can we put all that in the pile? Yep. And put it under the glass, contain it. It's contained, can't go away, can't run away, it's contained, it's sealed. Okay? And what is all the unconsciousness, anti-consciousness, energy fog, disinformation cloaking, were Nikki's commands booby traps, and all the covert, unseen, unacknowledged, undisclosed energy, and all the unknowable, unspeakable, unseeable, untouchable, undetectable energies. And just everything that's up that's blurry or confusing or complicated in the pile. And cover it, contain it. And then everything from down below and back behind, in the pile, up above, in the pile, way out front, in the pile, everything from the left of you, in the pile, everything from the right of you, in the pile, everything from inside you, in the pile, everything from outside of you, and everything remaining that doesn't feel good or doesn't feel clear, in the pile. Everything blurry and confusing in the pile. Okay? And can we destroy and create all that by shrinking it down to less than nothing? Yeah. I choose that. It's a choice. You just choose it. And I'm going to imagine that. Now half size, boop, and half size again, 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 and again, and again, and again, until it's so small that poof, ceases to exist. It's gone. Gone. Okay? Just keep shrinking it down until it's gone. Just imagine, and you'll feel it. Your body will feel like, whoo. Okay? You'll feel it. You'll feel a shift there. So the question I had you ask before was, how many occupants are in this body? One or more than one. So if more than one is lighter, that means you've got more than one. And I've had hundreds, thousands, but of visitors. But occupants, generally, the most I've ever had is 6, 7, 8 at a time. You want to talk about confusing. You can have a lot of occupants in the body. Most people have one other occupant, maybe 2 other occupants. That's not unusual for people who have this capacity to do this. So what we want to do is imagine those occupants. So we're going to pick one of those occupants. We're going to watch this video with one of those occupants. And then we're going to clear one occupant and then go back and rewatch it focusing on the second occupant and do the same things for the second occupant. And if you have to do this a couple times, but we're going to clear all of the agreements that have them legally in your house, in your body house. Okay? It's the same deal. We're just going to clear all the agreements that you have. And once you've cleared them, they don't have the right to live in your house, this body house, anymore. And you can legitimately demand that they leave, and they have to leave. It's your choice. They have no choice in this. It's your choice. You're the owner of the house, the body. You're the only one who has the authority. So you have to choose that. And once you choose that, out. And once you've untangled it, they can't stay there. They're gone. They're more temporary visitors, and they have to leave anyway. And the body won't tolerate them after a while. The body will be like, out. Chances are your body doesn't like them there either. If you don't like them, your body probably doesn't like them either. So allow yourself to perceive. So how many occupants do you have in your body? There's you, 1. Do you have 2? Do you have 3? We're just seeing which is lighter. Do you have 4? Do you have 5? Do you have 6? Yeah, I don't feel anything. If anyone's listening, I don't feel anything above 5. Most people have 2 or 3 occupants. So allow yourself to. So we're going to call you occupant 1. Okay. So allow yourself to tap into who is occupant 2. So if you came in at birth, who are the occupants that are hanging out that you invited in to be helpers or defenders or protectors, or to help you to organize or program things or keep things going in your life that weren't there originally, that you invited in. All of those. Okay? Those are 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. So let's focus on 2. So put your attention on the second, the first non-you that came in. Okay? So occupant 2. What are all the agreements that you have with occupant 2? Just kind of feel what that is. And it'll feel like tangly, usually. Wow. And so let's perceive, what is everything you agreed you would do for occupant 2? And you'll just feel like a pile of stuff. It usually doesn't feel very good, but there's a pile of stuff there. And what is everything that occupant 2 agreed it would do for you? Wow. Okay. And now we're going to take all this stuff and we're going to put it in the pile. Okay. In the pile, under the glass. Okay. And contain it. And body, let that go. Not you, not yours. Tell your body, not you, not yours. Never was yours. Let it go, let it go, let it go. Not you, not yours. Let it go, let it go, let it go. Okay? And let it go, let it go, let it go, let it go, let it go. There you go. Let it go, let it go. Body's been used to holding on to that stuff. Okay? So, everything that, what is everything remaining that you agreed you would do for, you or body agreed you would do for occupant number 2? And what is everything that occupant number 2 agreed that they would do for you? Wow. And can we put all that in the pile? Yeah, I choose that. And encapsulate. Kind of put it in. And body, let that go. Not you, not yours. Tell your body, not you, not yours. Never was yours, never was yours. Let it go, let it go. There you go. Yeah, there you go. Let it go, let it go, let it go, let it go. Oh, okay. Now, of the things that they said they would do for you, occupant number 2, of the things they said they would do for you, so don't take it out of the pile. Let's destroy it and create. Can we shrink all that stuff down to less than nothing and destroy it and create it all? And it's just a choice. And you just say, yes, I choose that. And now we're just going to imagine that. Ready? Half size. And then half, and 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 half. It's so small. Tiny, tiny, tiny. Half, 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 half. Less than nothing. Okay? And gone. Just gone. And so allow yourself to perceive what is everything. We're just going to feel into the information of this. What is everything that occupant 2 said it would do for you? And of what it said it would do for you, how much did it actually fulfill and complete and actually do? And how much did it not fulfill and not complete and never did? Well, so most times, what they tell you they will do, they actually don't ultimately have the capacity to do. So they promised you something, and they actually never delivered or delivered on a very small amount of it. So another reason you can kick them out is because they did not fulfill their end of the agreement, and they know it. But they're now stuck there too. So if you have a lot of stuff in that second pile, just again, let's put that in the pile, encapsulate. Just notice if they fulfilled. So let's check it again. How much did they fulfill what they said they would do for you? And how much did they not fulfill? Or did they not complete what they said they would do for you? Chances are there's a lot in that second. Okay? Breach of contract. Look at that. Okay, in the pile. Encapsulate. Okay? So that's other stuff that we'll clear. So what is everything? So we'll look at that. So what is everything that was originally, not now, what is everything that was originally the benefit or value of having these energies in your body? Like what originally did it seem like, oh, wow, this would be a really great idea. And at that time, there was. This person could help you. They could protect you. They could teach you things you didn't know. They seemed like a wise soul. They seemed like a mother you never had, a father you never had, a friend you never had. Like, there's all these different reasons why they seemed like a benefit. Just put your awareness on all of that stuff. Okay? And let's just set it here for the moment. And what is everything that since then has not been the benefit or value? Wow. And chances are the first pile is smaller and the second pile is larger. In other words, having them in there has not been ultimately a benefit or value, even though it seemed it would be. So it's like how much of what they said how much of what you felt was a benefit or value was based on what they told you, and they didn't actually fulfill on any of that. So it was kind of like a lie. It was based on a lie. So how much of the benefit or value that they said they would do for you, that did they never fulfill? So it never was a benefit or value. Okay, there's often a lot of that. So everything that was the benefit or value and everything that was not the benefit or value over your whole life for both, can we put all that information in the pile and let go of it? It's a choice, because what these things do is they lock you in place. They're tangles that lock all of this stuff in place and make everything blurry and unclear. When we clear it, everything gets easy. It's like they don't belong here, out. And it's just simple. So just take all that stuff, bulldoze it in the pile, encapsulate, and then everything that was the benefit or value from down below, in the pile, back behind, in the pile, up above, in the pile, way out front, in the pile, everything from the left of you in the pile, from the right of you in the pile, everything from inside that remains in the pile, everything outside remaining in the pile, in the pile, in the pile. And encapsulate and body, let that go, not you, not yours. Tell your body. Never was yours, never was yours. Say it out loud. Never was yours. Let it go. Let it go, let it go, let it go, let it go, let it go. And keep saying, let it go. Not you, not yours. Not you, not yours. Let it go. Because it gets in the body and body gets confused and it thinks that all that stuff is true and it belongs to body. So body holds on to it or tries to hold on to it. And it's like, no, not you, not yours. Let it go, let it go, let it go, let it go. And you can't let go of things that are honestly your body's. So it wouldn't leave your body. If you tried to take it out and it was you, it would stay there. So stuff that you take out isn't yours. Okay? You just put it out there. And then body, let that go, not you, not yours. And can we shrink all that down to less than nothing and just try and create it all? Yeah, I choose that. And grab the pile and half size, whoop, and half again, 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 half, till it's less than nothing. Half. Ceases to exist. Gone. Cool. So now we're gonna actually cross. How do I say this? We're gonna have this being leave by doing something that I call crossing them over. So you've got this other spirit in your body. You can think of spirits as dead humans. Okay. Like ghosts, if you want to think of it as a ghost, but that gets scary. But let's just say they're humans who've had a body in the past and they died. Okay, so the woman who was in my body was like a 20-year-old woman who died and then came back in and said, "Hey, I'll help you. I'll be your friend, and I'll protect you, and I'll make everything okay." And she didn't really do much of any of that stuff. And it's like. And then it got complicated and confusing, and then we're all stuck here, and then we couldn't change it, and blah, blah, blah. But it's like, so you've got this other being. What happens, ideally, when a person dies, they're supposed to go, "Oh, I'm dead. I'm out of here." And they cross, what I call crossover. They leave this realm, and then they have choice. theoretically, if they aren't trapped in the matrix, and most people are trapped in the matrix, they have choice whether they reincarnate, come back into, get another body and come in, or whether they just go. And not everybody reincarnates. It can be choice, and it can be whether you're trapped here or not. But the Matrix has manipulated people, and religions have manipulated people to the point where people get confused, and they feel like they're going to go to hell. So it's like, I don't want to leave here, or they don't acknowledge that they're dead. Like, they don't know that they're dead. So they're walking around without a body going, how come nobody sees me? How come nobody talks to me? And then they come across you, who actually seems to be able to see them and talk to them. It's like the Sixth Sense movie, the little boy. Like, many young children have the capacity to perceive ghosts and spirits. And whether you see them or whether you just feel their presence, you can communicate with them. And if they know that you can perceive them, they're like, oh, somebody who can talk to me. Oh, thank God. Thank you for chatting with me. Like, will you be my friend? Like, you're the only one who acknowledges them. And so they like hanging out with you. And they will ultimately go, wow, she's got a body, or he's got a body, and I don't. And they have a body that I can join. Why don't I just join them? I'll promise to do something for them, and I'll help them out. And they often believe that they really can help you out, even though they can't. And so legitimately they, or maybe not, sometimes they're just lying to you, but usually they think they can. And also the matrix of this reality also encourages them to come join you. So the matrix, the manipulators, the interference in this reality is like, oh, join into the body. Here's how. Like, you can go in there with her or with him, and here's how. And we'll teach you. You just say what we tell you. And they're manipulated to join you. That often happens too. So one way or another, something comes in and they join you. They come in. But they don't belong here. They belong crossed over. Like, they're out of cycle. They're trying to live their life in this new body. And this is not their body. Their body died, and they need to go get their own body. So basically, we can do this process that I call crossing over, that shows them the truth of who they are as a being beyond this illusion. And once they see that, they're like, oh, yeah, I'm dead. And you're like, yes, you are. Out. Thank you. You may go. And they leave. So I'll say this on your behalf, but I'm going to talk to the occupants in your body, and I'll talk to all of them, no matter which one, whether you're working on 2 or 3 or 4 or 27 or whatever you're working on, doesn't matter. So I'm going to talk to all the occupants or visitors of this body. Truth, who are you? And truth, who were you before that? And truth, who were you before that? And truth, who were you before that? And truth, who were you in all your existences before that? And truth, who will you be in the future? And truth, who will you be in all of your futures after that? And truth, what was your job? And your job before that, and your job before that, and your job before that, and all your jobs before that? And what will your job be in the future? And what will all of your jobs be in all of your futures? And you'll probably feel wobbling and kind of weird stuff going on at this point, because they're perceiving all the different versions of them and going, oh, what is this? And this is your chance to tell them what this is. This is my body. You're leaving now. Say out loud, this is my body. I own this body. You may leave now. Or just leave now. And thank you. You may go. Out. And body, let them go. Not you, not yours. Tell your body, let them go. Not you, not yours. Not you, not yours. Let them go. Not you, not yours. Not you, not yours. Let them go. 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 And if they've been in there a long time, it's not immediate. It could take 1 to 4 or 5 minutes, and you'll feel this weird sensation of things moving. It feels like it's lifting, or this is how I experience it, like something's lifting out of my body. And it feels really weird and it feels really funky. And just run with it. Just try it. You can always bring it back. You can always go grab it again, bring it back in if you want. I don't recommend it, but you can do that if you want. And so, body, let that go. Not you, not yours. Not you, not yours. Not you, not yours. Let it go, let it go, let it go, let it go. And just choose to let that being go, or those occupants or those energies go. Let them go. Not you, not yours. Not you, not yours. Not you, not yours. Not you, not yours. Let it go. Let it go. Tell your body, not you, not yours. Let it go. Let it go. Let it go. Let it go. Okay? And if that's still moving and still going and you're still like, whoa, there's a lot going on, pause the video now because I'm going to keep going. And then start the video when things kind of calm down. Wait till because it gets really blurry while things are moving and stuff. Wait till things calm down and then come back to the video. So hit pause now if things are really blurry. Okay. And welcome back. Or for those of you who never left. So once you've cleared that occupant or those occupants, what you want to do is they leave baggage behind. So picture that you have a relative, no, I don't say relative, you had a partner or a spouse that moved into your house, okay? And we're thinking of our body as our house, okay? But it's the same analogy as a physical house. Okay, so they brought their clothes in with them. They have certain knickknacks that are theirs. It's there's that couch in the living room that you never liked that's theirs. And it's there's stuff that you can look around your body, your house, and you can see is baggage that's left behind that isn't yours, that it's theirs. And you never liked it, you never wanted it. It always felt I hated that couch, or I hate those clothes, or I hate the smell of that dog, or whatever the baggage is. You want to perceive what is all the baggage left behind by those occupants. Okay, and we're just going to take all of that, picture a big bulldozer, and we're just going to bulldoze it all into the pile out there in front. Just. So we're going to bulldoze it out of the house. Okay? So grab all that stuff from the body and out of the house. So again, I'll ask, what is all the remaining baggage or stuff left behind from any previous occupants? And even if it feels valuable, but you know it's theirs, get rid of it because it's a trap. It'll cause you to keep trying to draw them back and keep trying to hang on to them. It'll mess with you. If you don't trust me, you can hang on to it, but I suggest that you let go of it. So I'll take all that stuff out. Anything that belonged to them out in the pile, and encapsulate. And body, let that go. Not you, not yours. Tell your body, let that go. Not you, not yours. Let it go, let it go, let it go. And then everything from down below, in the pile, encapsulate. Everything from back behind, the back of your house, the back of your body, encapsulate. Everything from above your body, that belongs to them, in the pile. Everything that's out in front of your body, everything's from the left of your body, from the right of your body. Everything remaining that's inside your body, in the pile, in the pile, in the pile. Everything remaining in the pile. Encapsulate it so it can't escape, can't go away. And tell your body, let that go. Not you, not yours. And tell your body, never was yours, never was yours, never was yours. Let that go, let that go, let that go, let that go. Let that go, let that go, let that go. And you should feel lighter and more space and just easier and freer as body lets that go. If nothing's changing, then restate to your body, let that go. Say it out loud, body, let that go. Not you, not yours. Let it go, let it go, let it go. Never was yours, never was yours. Not you, not you, not you. It's not you. That stuff is not you. That stuff is not yours. That stuff is not yours. Let it go, let it go, let it go. Okay? And now can we choose to destroy and create all that, permanently gone? Yeah, if you have that ugly couch that you never liked, it's yeah, let's get rid of it. And can we shrink that pile down to less than nothing? Yeah, I choose that. And half size, half. Moo. Less than nothing. Gone. Feel different? Yeah, it does. I love it. It's so cool. So that's the basic. So you can have some unusual tangles that can hang in there. Typically, even if you have some unusual tangles, once you clear all the agreements that you made and you cleared everything that was the benefit or value, and you own the body as yours, you say, hey, this is my house, y'all are out, and you do the crossover thing that I guided you to do, or that I said for you. And what's your job before that, your job, and who are you, all that. And then you tell them out, like you do that process, they're gone. If you find that it doesn't feel complete, watch the second part of the video where I run through this process again, and just keep doing it. Sleep on it. Sometimes your body needs time to sleep. So when I first cleared it, I felt very different, but it took probably, it took a couple days at minimum for me to notice any big difference. And it probably took weeks, or maybe, I'd say weeks, before my life just started to feel really different. Like, you'll feel different. You'll know it's different. Like, it's not a, did anything change? If you're feeling like, I don't know if anything changed, it's not enough. It's not gone yet. So, but it doesn't happen immediately. It takes time for the physicalness of your body to let go of all the memories and the adaptations. Well, let's say, so what are all the adaptations, mutations, systems that you're hanging on to? What are all the, let's do it this way. What are the structures, constructs, adaptations, mutations, systems that you have from the previous occupant? And let's put all that in the pile. And what are all the stacks, stringers, hooks, implants, or triggers that you have that relate to that other person or that other spirit? In the pile. And what is everything remaining you have in your body that you know is not yours, whether named or unnamed, whatever it is, you just know this is not mine. Can we put all that in the pile? Yeah. And in the pile. And like literally do that. Take your hands and like literally put it in the pile. Like do it physically. And encapsulate it, cover that, or seal it up. And body, let that go. Not you, not yours. Never was yours. Never was yours. Say it out loud. Not you, not yours. Never was yours. Never was yours. Let that go. 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 And can we shrink that whole pile down to less than nothing? Yeah, let's use that. And half size. Less than nothing. Gone. Just gone. It's really that simple. You choose it. It's gone. It's gone. So now just give yourself time, unless you feel it's just totally not done, then again, replay this video. But give yourself a couple days or a week. Once it feels like, wow, this is different. Like you'll know this is different. And it'll take a while for your body to readapt to you and to detune from all those things that were not you. And it doesn't matter how long it's been there, your body will change, because it's abnormal for your body to have two different genders, actually multiple spirits that are in there. It doesn't matter genders, multiple spirits. It has to adapt to those, and it doesn't like it. It can do it, but it doesn't like it. So it takes sometimes a while to untangle all that stuff. But and if you do find that you after at least a couple weeks, give it a couple weeks, and that you've done this multiple times, a couple weeks, it still hasn't happened, feel free to contact me, and I can sometimes just feel into seeing what's going on and give you suggestions on what to clear. If you've been doing a clearing process, then that's very straightforward. Worst case scenario, you could do a session with me, a private session, but I that's not my objective. I want you to be able to clear this on your own, and you have the capacity to clear it on your own. Even if you don't necessarily understand this, just your intention to clear it will clear it. It may take a little longer, but you'll naturally clear it once you've pulled the agreements and you've gotten rid of the baggage and booted them out. No, it will just automatically do that. It has to do that. So, okay. So, thank you for playing along with this and for having the courage to choose something different than what you've had for all these years. I had it for 40 years, and it was really nice to let it go. So, have fun. And feel free to replay this. If you have questions, feel free, I couldn't say those words, to email me at Jaden, Jaden, at Jaden Fox.com. And that's my website, www.jaden-fox.com. And there's links and all that kind of happy stuff down below the video. So, enjoy your new life. Congratulations. And we'll see you potentially in another video. Bye.